JSM. In this lecture, we are going to discuss one important and interesting application from the inorganic chemistry, which is very important for entrance examinations, IIT, NEET and other entrance examinations. That is the comparison of bleaching action of sulfur dioxide and chlorine. Okay, bleaching action of sulfur dioxide and chlorine, they have some differences in their bleaching action. Both are bleaching agents, but the action is different. Those we are going to discuss. Okay, very important. Many times questions are asked in the various entrance examinations related to this application. Okay, so let us see the first one. So here sulfur dioxide, it is a mild bleaching agent. Sulfur dioxide is a mild bleaching agent, means its power is less. And this chlorine, this is a powerful bleaching agent. Chlorine is a powerful bleaching agent. Powerful bleaching agent. Okay, so this is the first difference between these two. This is a mild bleaching agent and it is a powerful bleaching agent. Okay, and next, so here how they bleach other substances. Okay, how they are bleaching or what is their action, that is, so first of all, when sulfur dioxide is present in the aqueous solution or in the water, it will react and with water and it will form H2SO4 plus nascent hydrogens. Okay, H2SO4 plus nascent hydrogen. If you balance this one, 2 moles of water. What is this? If you write means like this, this is a nascent hydrogen. Okay, nascent hydrogen, freshly generated hydrogen, nothing but. Okay, so here this hydrogen is responsible for the bleaching action of SO2. Okay, so here what happens, suppose we have a colored substance. Colored substance is present plus this released nascent hydrogen, and here this colored substance becomes colorless substance. Okay, this becomes a colorless substance. So what is the responsible for the bleaching action of sulfur dioxide? The nascent hydrogen which is released when it reacts with water, that is responsible for the bleaching action of the sulfur dioxide. If we observe this one, so here in this one, when chlorine is present in the aqueous solution or in the presence of moisture, so here it reacts with water to form HCl, 2 moles of HCl plus nascent oxygen is released. Okay, so here it is, what is this? Nascent oxygen. Nascent oxygen. Okay, so here now we have a colored substance plus this nascent oxygen, so that becomes colorless. Okay, so colored substance in the presence of this released nascent oxygen becomes colorless substance. See, so this is a very important point. Many times questions are asked related to this point especially. Okay, the bleaching action of SO2 is due to the nascent hydrogen released, and bleaching action of Cl2 is due to the nascent oxygen which is released in the moisture or in the aqueous solution. Clear? So here actually the bleaching action of SO2 is due to the reduction of colored substance by nascent hydrogen released. Okay, once again I am repeating, the bleaching action of SO2 is due to the reduction of colored substance by the released nascent hydrogen to the colorless substance. And here the bleaching action of Cl2 is due to the oxidation of colored substance. Okay, oxidation of colored substance by this nascent oxygen. Clear? So very important, remember this point. Bleaching action of SO2 is by the reduction and bleaching action of Cl2 is by the oxidation. Okay, that point I will write here. Clear? So just now we discussed these points, right? Okay, so bleaching action of SO2 is by the reduction and bleaching action of Cl2 is by the oxidation. Okay, those points already we discussed, I wrote here. Now next, what is the third thing here? Okay, So this SO2 bleaching action, its bleaching action is temporary. Okay, its bleaching action is temporary. Okay, it means bleaching action of SO2 is temporary, but the bleaching action of Cl2 is permanent. Okay, its bleaching action is permanent. So this is the another major difference between SO2 and Cl2. Okay, so here we have an important point to note down here is that, so what is we are saying here is that the bleaching action of sulfur dioxide is temporary. Now when this bleached substance, okay, when bleached substance is exposed to air or nothing but in the presence of air, exposed to air nothing but in the presence of air or when reacted with air. Okay, so when this bleached substance means this colorless substance is exposed to air, it regains its color, by the oxidation. Very important point this one. Okay, so here the bleaching action is temporary, because again if this colorless substance is exposed to air or when reacted with air, that will again regain its color. What is the reason to get the color? The reason is that by oxidation. Okay, that colorless substance again undergoes oxidation. If oxygen is available, so its color is regained. Okay, clear. So this is the important thing here. Next, another point is that here regarding Cl2, delicate surfaces, okay, delicate surfaces should not be bleached, okay. So delicate or smooth surfaces should not be bleached by Cl2, because it is a powerful bleaching agent, right? It is a powerful bleaching agent, so that's why delicate surfaces should not be bleached. Okay, when we use Cl2 for the delicate surfaces, that will destroy that substance. Okay, our thing is that what is it, our aim only it should bleach, it should remove the color, that's all. Okay, it should not damage that substance. Okay, so that's why for delicate surfaces this cannot be used. We can use SO2 for the delicate surfaces. This is another difference between these two. Okay, next here another point is that this SO2, it bleaches vegetable matter only, okay, so SO2 bleaches only vegetable matter, but this Cl2, okay, Cl2 bleaches both vegetable and organic matter. Okay, both vegetable and organic matter. Clear? So SO2 is a mild bleaching agent, so it can bleach only vegetable matter. But Cl2 is a powerful bleaching agent. It can bleach both vegetable and organic matter also. Okay, so next last another difference is that generally it is used to bleach paper pulp. Okay, generally it is most of the cases used to bleach the paper pulp. And here this one, this Cl2, it is generally it is used to bleach fabrics. Okay, it is used to bleach the fabric. So these are the major differences between the bleaching action of sulfur dioxide and Cl2. Okay, so it is a mild bleaching agent, it is a powerful bleaching agent, and this is the reaction which is responsible for the bleaching action of SO2. It is releasing nascent hydrogens in the presence of moisture or in the aqueous solution, and this released hydrogen only reducing the colored substance into colorless substance. So here chlorine gives nascent oxygen, and this is responsible for the bleaching action of Cl2. Okay, it bleaches by the reduction, it bleaches by the oxidation. Here I have written those points, very very important. And this is another important thing, because the bleaching action of SO2 is temporary. So here the color of substance can be regained when that is exposed to the air. Okay, and it bleaches only vegetable matter, and it bleaches both vegetable and organic matter. Okay, and another one is generally it is used for the bleaching of paper pulp, and this Cl2 is used for the bleaching of fabrics. Okay, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel to support us.